Okay. All right, we're back. Okay, so today I just want to do kind of like a read along kind of analysis about the investment, especially in the technology sector. Okay, so I'm gonna read for this website, Ark Invest. It's quite a well-known website. I think the CEO, Kathy, it's very long on Tesla, and he's like chosen for like in New York one of the best CEO for like investing kind of things. Okay. So the premise is there's going to be a 3 trillion industry for meal delivery market, so food as a service. Um, Without just reading into the details, but I think this is with regards to the autonomous vehicle that's going to come into play to drive this market. Um, so people is just getting lazy and lazier, like right. So because of the autonomous, if that autonomous vehicle is gonna push through, probably it's gonna be in the next probably 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Um, then you know, people doesn't have to go to a restaurant, right? They'll just with the click of button, they'll just order it online, and the autonomous vehicle is just gonna deliver it for them, right? So they can do things, I don't know, probably they can do something else like watching a movie or watching games or just do something else with their loved ones, with their the community that they love to, right? They don't have to be in the restaurant. Um, they can do other stuff. For example, playing virtual reality, for example, and they can just do, just like do finger kind of food, just eat as they need to. They don't have to sit down and talk, you know. Um, if I can imagine a world would be like that. Can you imagine a world where you are just gonna be just why do you need to keep on sit now people always like think about okay you need to sit down and talk about business or think catch up with the news and then you sit down and eat and talk, right? Um, what happens if that becomes boring, right? Because the world is becoming more and more interesting with virtual reality with um, I don't know. um, Yeah, you could still do that, like, catching up with the loved ones and talk. But there are also, I think, activities that are more and more interesting too, as we create this new visual reality world. So you don't have actually to sit down and talk. You can do it more like in a kind of like a intermittent basis. You don't have to really like sit down and talk for like 30 minutes or 1 hour, right? You could still do that, but there are more like parallel world where you can just sit down for 5 minutes or talk for 5 minutes and then you do activities for 5 minutes and in between you kind of like just eat. So anyway, so we're gonna start here. To find promising investment opportunity in the consumer internet, we believe it is imperative to look for companies that improve convenience in industries that haven't changed in decades. Convenience explains the success of Amazon, Expedia, Netflix, and Uber. Each of these companies attack an industry that burden the consumer with work, whether searching through bookstore or finding taxis, and made it as simple as tapping a screen. The latest industry to be attacked by internet-enabled convenience is meal delivery. Companies such as Grubhub, Uber Eats, Meituan Just Eat, and Deliveroo are eliminating the friction associated with cooking and dining out, just as on-demand car hailing is upending the notion of car ownership. Meal delivery could change attitudes toward shopping, cooking, and eating. Given the size of the grocery and restaurant markets, the winner in this space could become the next Amazon. Even before the internet, technology was an important change agent in the food industry. Thanks to industrialized agriculture, the percentage of the US workforce employed in food production has dropped from more than 90% in the 18th century to less than 10%. Oh wow. So from 90%, the UX workforce dropped to 10%. On the consumption side, the percentage food that is self-produced has dropped from roughly 33% to less than 1%. Oh wow. So I'm part of the minority probably because I'm still self-producing my food. Kind of, I mean, I'm making my food, but I don't plan my food, right? The farmer, do the job for me. Um, as agriculture has industrialized, the scale and efficiency of food production has improved dramatically, eliminating the chore of individual farming that had been a fact of life for thousands of years. Hmm. From farming to buying. Okay, so 1869, more than about 150 years ago, the food grown, food bought. Now just all food bought, 100%. Okay. Just as they did not want to be farmers then, most people do not want to cook today. Roughly 90% of Americans either hate or feel ambivalent toward cooking. Oh wow. According to a study by HBR. As a result, the modern restaurant industry has grown to a revenue base of 830 billion in 2018, as shown below. Americans today spend more money on dining out than buying groceries, even without much help from technology. At least not that convenience has triumphed over cost, creating a larger market in the process. Okay, US food market, food at home, eating out. Oh wow. While dining out eliminates the chore of cooking and cleanup, it also comes with its own set of inconveniences. Getting to a restaurant takes time and effort while interacting with server in a social setting can be tiresome and uncomfortable. Meal delivery offers the best of both worlds. Cooked food delivery to customers who can enjoy it in the comfort and privacy of their homes. Prior to the internet, meal delivery meant pizza and Chinese food. The mobile internet has given rise to meal ordering apps such as grubhub that act as a platform for any restaurant. In urban areas, this platform offer the services of myriad vendors ranging from Italian to Thai, from burgers to tacos, like Expedia and Airbnb meal delivery platform are aggregation business model. Okay. Yeah, basically they're like a marketplace. They're a marketplace that made um like the name of a marketplace. They are a place where they make the market. They make the market for food delivery. They make the market for restaurant. They make the market for people delivery. They make the market for um, things to be delivered, which is Amazon, right? It's basically Amazon is a market where you aggregate the buyer and sellers for things to be delivered. So when I go to Amazon, I want to buy something as a customer, but you also people like business people go to Amazon because they want to sell their stuff. Like me, I used to sell through Amazon like my used stuff or my even like reselling it from like Alibaba or AliExpress and resell it through Amazon. Although Amazon has their own like model to sell it to the direct to the customer. Uh, so okay, by commod commoditizing supply. So a democratizing supply. So the supply, which is the um, um, uh, so the demand is from the customer side. If I want to buy something, right? That's me. I'm creating a demand. That the supply is the supply who create the goods or services that needs to be sold to the market, right? So the supply is being commoditized, is being democratized. So make it like really as wide as possible, really abundance, right? Because there's so many sellers. Anything that you can think of, like Amazon wants to be the everything store, meaning that you can buy anything, right? from, I don't know, house. Probably they don't have a house now, but probably soon in the future, I don't know. From cars, from spare parts, from to like grocery stores, right? Even like shirts, glasses, and so on. Moreover, they enjoy strong network effects given the three-sided marketplace of restaurants, customers, and delivery drivers. Each group reinforces the other, leading to winner-take-most market dynamics. Each group reinforces the other, leading to winner-take-most. Yeah. For meal delivery, to replace a large percentage of home-cooked meal, it needs a nutritional profile that's closer to home cooking than fast food. The restaurant industry has been evolving in this direction, with its generation of casual food chains featuring more sound nutrition. Chipotle Mexican Grill, one of the most successful chains in recent decades, owes much of its success to fresh ingredients, meat raised humanly, and on-premise cooking. Sweetgreen has 90 locations in the US and recently hit 1 billion in valuation on the strength of its freshly made custom salad bowl. Wide selection, healthy option, and mobile ordering has turned meal delivery from a niche market to something much bigger. I didn't know this about Sweetgreen. A small salad chain is poised to make history as one of the food world's most successful startups. Hmm, okay, interesting. Okay. Market sizing. No, not now. I already subscribed to you. At first blush, the total addressable market TAM for food delivery seems likely to approximate that of the in restaurant industry. 10% cannibalization of the 800 billion US restaurant industry, for example, would suggest a domestic revenue opportunity of 80 billion. True, but this estimate fails to incorporate an important nuance. Meal delivery takes share not only from the eating out, but also from home cooked meals, creating a new market. That's true. Yeah, not from eating out. People who already like go out, probably sometimes they're too lazy. They just like, just order it through online, right? Through so it become a um, market for delivery meal. But people also who like to cook at home, at some point they're also who doesn't go out. At some point they're also like sick and tired, right? They just want to take a break, so they also could be just turn on the app and just order it online. Uh, for most meal, consumers do not want to cook or go out to a restaurant, pointing to a quite large market opportunity. Um, I'm not sure if that's true for most meal. I don't know. It could be true. I don't know. Um, Sometimes it's good to go out from the house, but probably it's true. I would say, I don't know, 50-50 probably. People still want to go out just for a change of scenery. If if I think the restaurant has a really nice like vibe environment, but if the restaurant is like kind of like a trap, so it kind of also depends on the kind of restaurant and depends on whether the occasion is like it's the occasion plus there are interesting things happening there. It's not just because probably it's right because if it's just like with the family, instead of going to a restaurant and then um, pay the tip there and then you kind of get bored of the environment. There's nothing. It's just better to be at home because you can do other things at home too, right? You don't have to like sit down, wait, and then everybody is looking on the smartphone anyway on the restaurant, right? But while at home you can like do other things that are more interesting. So I think the competition comes in whether your restaurant could be more interesting than the one at home, right? Because the one at home you can like do a lot of things. You can like browse the internet with your PC, with your laptop. For 5 minutes after that, you can run around. You can like do your gardening. Like you can do many things. You can play with your dog, right? You can like finish your work. You can like take care of your baby. While in the restaurant is very limited. You can only just browse on your smartphone, right? So I think it's a very, very challenging thing for a restaurant to be compelling. Probably they need to kind of like do like the one in Asia where many restaurants are integrated with the grocery shopping, also integrated with like there's a bakery shopping. So it's not just like a restaurant, but there's a bakery shop, there's a grocery stores, there could be some like I don't know other kind of like entertainment, I don't know. So that's a really really interesting question for the restaurant industry. Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, I think I will agree that many people will just like just not go to the restaurant because it's kind of boring, right? The world, I think, with technology has become a more interesting place. So if the restaurant cannot uh, go into that challenge to become a more interesting place, then yeah, people doesn't have the incentive to go. Okay, let's move on. Despite the relatively new model, online meal delivery platforms already have hit 102 billion in gross food sales globally, as shown below. Unlike the case with past internet-enabled business models, China, not the US, is the market leader by far in meal delivery. Meituan and LA.me generate close to 80 billion in gross sales annually, hmm, accounting for 64% of global market share. Oh wow. Okay, so meal delivery platform already hit 120 billion. Okay, while the restaurant business is 800 billion, right? So that's about like almost 20% or 15%. This is the food at home and the eating out. It's almost the same, huh? US food market, hmm, which is about 800 billion. Interesting. Well, most meal delivery or companies are growing at a rate not of 40% annually based on the latest financial filings. How sustainable is this growth? Just 5 billion, okay. Most meal delivery companies are growing at a rate 40% only based on the finance. Okay. Is it a bubble filled by venture funding? While some fraud exists in the private market, most meal delivery companies are public and operate at slim margin. Last year, Meituan reported 14% gross margin, up from 8%. One of the more mature companies in the group, Grubhub, has delivered operating margin roughly 15% since its IPO 2014. Overall, hmm, let's see what Grubhub stock is. Grubhub since 2014, so like it is 4 years old. Okay, the market cap is 6 billion, PE is 78. It's going down. So since its inception is about 34. Now it's just double. Interesting. So it's about 6 billion. How about DoorDash? Is DoorDash already public company? Um, I don't think so. It's not yet. It's not a public company. Okay, where are we now? This one. Okay, but this is really interesting. 40% annually growing. But is that sustainable? I think that's kind of sustainable. Grubhub has low operating margin 15%. Overall, while marketing spend does seem to be fueling the industry high rate of growth, underlying unit of economics is 8%. Meal delivery platform. Delivery Hero, eh, LME, grubhub, Meituan. Okay. In our view, while meal delivery has universal appeal, its primary constraints are disposable income and delivery infrastructure. The Brookings Institute estimate that half of the world's population is middle class or higher. Okay. The UN estimate world population will reach 8.6 billion 2030, and that more than half already live in urban areas. Based on this input conservatively, a third of the world population, about 2.8 billion people, should be able to afford and access meal delivery services in 2030, up more up more than 50% from the 1.8 billion that can do so today. Okay. So its primary concern are disposable income. Okay, meal delivery because it's more expensive probably, and the delivery infrastructure. If 2.8 billion consumers in 2003 were to access meal delivery services once a week at an average cost of $7 per meal, the market would scale nearly tenfold to roughly 1 trillion at an annual rate, as shown above. Okay, $7 per meal once a week. Hmm. It becomes a 1 trillion annual rate. $7 a meal once a week. And that's times what is a year? 7 times 52. That's 52 times 7, 5 times 7, $350 a year. $350 a year times 3 billion. Okay, is that 1 trillion? Okay, 300, so, sorry, $350 times 3 billion. Okay, yeah, that's 1 trillion. You're right. Okay. If adoption were to hit 3 meals per week, the market size could reach 3 trillion. Interestingly, Meituan users already order through the service more than 3 times a week, suggesting that our estimate could be much too conservative. Reorder through the service more than 3. In other words, at an implied penetration of just 4%, the 120 billion mark global meal delivery market is nascent relative to its long-term opportunity. Okay. Today, meal delivery is convenient but costly, relying mostly on human labor for preparation and delivery. As food ordering becomes more centralized through online platforms, however, new business model and technology should improve efficiency significantly. Subscription. As consumers become accustomed to ordering meals from a single platform, subscription could become the natural business model. Already more than 20 meal kits subscription companies have evolved, a model that cook meal platforms could emulate. Dark kitchen um, platform companies like Uber Eats have direct insight into consumption patterns. Okay, so I just want to reiterate this. How did it get 1 trillion? So the assumption is $7 a meal, right? And then this is how did it become 1 trillion annual per year? So you times 52, $7 a meal per week, and there's 52 weeks, so 52 times 7, that's about around $350 per year or annually. And then $350 times make it 2.8 billion or 3 billion. Just make it like um, rough, okay? Three, it becomes 3 billion, and then that one becomes just like 3, right? So 3 times 3, that's 900, about 900 billion, but it's more than that. So, okay, so it's about 1 trillion. That's how it becomes 1 trillion. Um, Platform companies like Uber Eats have direct insight into consumption pattern and are commissioning dark kitchens, non-restaurant kitchen spaces to fulfill demand for certain items during peak hours. Over time and regulations permitting, food production could become centralized and data-driven. Okay, this I think AI will help this a lot. The production becomes centralized you know, with robots and data-driven, so it knows like what food like sells the most, what food sells the less, so it can make more of their food and then just increase the margin um, by using like deep learning, right? It knows like what customer like what kind of food like and can like predict, right? So it can like adjust like the supply and demand. It can order the raw material more efficiently, right? So this thing is going to be driven a lot by the artificial intelligence, deep learning. So make the efficiency up and drive the cost down. Kitchen automation. Okay, this is just a new class of robots equipped with sensors called collaborative robots or cobots can work safely alongside humans. Currently on trial in a number of restaurants, cobots could help restaurants scale without adding much labor, which at one third of restaurant expenses in today's model could make the economy quite attractive. Autonomous delivery. A major drawback of current delivery platform is the need for human couriers, adding 3 to 4 per delivery, according to our research. Regulations permitting, hot food could be delivered by autonomous vehicle or drones at one-tenth of that cost or less. Oh wow. The net effect of these four trends should increase customer retention with subscription, expand the total addressable market with a wide range of restaurant selection, and improve restaurant and platform margins through automation and autonomous vehicle. Amazon, Expedia, Airbnb, and Uber have shown that companies able to aggregate supply while offering improved selection and convenience are highly disruptive to legacy business model. By eliminating the chore of shopping, cooking, and cleaning, online meal delivery platforms have the potential to disrupt the global food industry. Food retailers probably will see declining sales while the food service sector expands. Yeah, meal ordering platforms stands to benefit the most, perhaps capturing up to 3 trillion in annual gross food sales by 2030. Okay, that's a really interesting thing. See you next time. Let me know if you have any question, inputs about this interesting analysis. I think it makes sense for me. Um, so if you are in the restaurant industry, this is a good kind of like something to think about. If you want to be into a business, this is also it's good something to think about. If you're just here just for investing, another things um, food of thoughts that's stimulating our brain, right? Okay, I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening and watching.